Hello, and welcome to the Game Room. This is a video response to Clackclickbang, the Gentleman Gamer's query, on how we use preparation and improvisation in our RPGs. Now, I like to prepare for an RPG the same way that the Chinese prepare for cooking. There's a long prep time. I'm getting all the ingredients together, I'm chopping them into the right amounts and the right sizes for the chopstick fare, getting my sauces together, the flavorings, not too little, not too much. And when everything is ready, when everything's brought together, then whoosh, in it goes into the wok or the malatong pot, and it's cooking really fast. And within minutes, you're stuffing spicy tofu into your gob. Now, the prep is writing notes and making a detailed world, and eating, mealtime, that's sitting down with your friends at the gaming table and enjoying the stories that you have prepared and the stories that they have prepared. Because, you're spinning that lazy Susan around and everyone's sampling this and that, and they're taking what they like and they're mixing in other things to make a new flavor. And before you know it, you and your friends are enjoying a sumptuous bounty at the gaming table, and that sumptuous bounty is when your game is at its best. Now, I'm neutral good in alignment, I think, and I can see the benefits of being lawful sometimes and being chaotic in others. I like to prep with the lawful approach. I like to write down as many details as I can, get things in order, get my brain situated on what will probably be happening, and when the game begins, that's when it's time to be chaotic. That's when it's time to use your wit stat. And I like to improvise once the game has begun, because a long prep time allows me to improvise easier once the game has begun. It allows me to cater to exactly what's happening at the gaming table in that moment. It's very zen. And it's time for some more Chinese wisdom. Bruce Lee said that in martial arts, you need to be as water. And the same is true with GMing. Be that water elemental as a GM, right? You want to know when to freeze. You want to know when to flow. You want to know when to storm and rage. And you want to know when to be clear and placid and let the players gaze into those depths and see. I noticed something when I was DMing D&D 4th edition, and I did this from levels 1 to 10, the heroic tier, as they call it in that game. I noticed that D&D 4th edition, I'm quite sure, is a lawful neutral system built by the Modrons of Mechanus itself. Everything is formalized, everything is systemized, everything is compartmentalized, and it makes the preparation very easy, it really does. But when I started the game, well, as the old saying goes, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. And no plan survives first contact with players either. So when I found myself in the game, this rigid system that was so easy to work with at first started to break down. When I needed to, riff off of what was going on, if I gave out a little too much or a little too little treasure, or if the monsters had stats a little too high or a little too low, the system, the machine, started breaking down as a monkey wrench was tossed into it. I find I like rules light systems the best, with dice pool games and Savage Worlds being my favorite. See, a dice pool game is great because when you need to bring in some special guest appearance by an ally or an enemy that you've just created on the fly, you grab a fistful of dice, you weigh it, and you feel, this feels right for this character's stats for this situation. It allows you to create something very quickly, and it's still within the rules. It's still working within that system, and when the players see that you are working within the system of the game, it helps bring that trust, and everything feels fair. So those are my thoughts on game preparation and Chinese food, apparently. In summary, I like a long prep time, which allows me in the game to improvise and bring in new ideas very quickly, just to adapt as to what I see on the gaming table. Thank you for watching.